I was riding the other day with my son, who's 2, through the park, and he was really excited about seeing squirrels. And so, as we were getting close to our home, I was sort of paying attention to the cemetery, thinking maybe there might be a squirrel and I could point at it because he would get really excited and wanted to see more squirrels. And I was noticing in this one section, I've driven by it 100 times, that there were a bunch of Stars of David on the gravestones, on the headstones. And I realized that, at first I thought, well, that's a Jewish family buried there. And as I began to look a little further, I realized that it was a whole section. So I turned around and came back. And the reason I'm making this video is just simply to say that, there's a tradition, and that when in Jewish cemeteries, that when a person dies and people go to visit, to show their remembrance, they put a stone on top of the grave. And so I went back just to see, and of course I was, there were plenty of graves that had stones on top. And so I just wanted to show a few pictures of that. Thought that was interesting. I was looking because I wasn't 100% sure where the tradition came from, and apparently they don't know where the tradition came from. It's not a rule or a law. It's not a religious thing. The roots of it are somewhat unknown. Some of the indication is that one thing is that flowers will die, but loss and grief last forever like stone. And so that's one reason. There are traditions about warning people where the dead are buried. And then there were some other, that the word for stone and the word for, I believe, grief in Hebrew are very similar. And so the idea, there was someone that suggested that, bond, not grief, that those were very close in Hebrew, and so that some people think that that's the reason. But they say there's no real reason. I mean, beyond that, I don't know the reason. But a lot of people sort of take the tradition and try to find stones that maybe came from places with personal meaning, or just a beautiful stone or something. And when they go, they put that there as a remembrance of the person.